Alright fam, welcome back to another tank video. I did the previous video of basically how to take the top off. Very simple video, but you know, hey, why not? But what we're going to do is, the whole purpose of me taking that off was to install the red motors inside the tank to give it a little more power, a little more oomph to it. So I already got one disassembled. I took it out, installed it. It's pretty simple. Alright, still gotta put some more grease on the gears in there. They were surprisingly a little bit greased, but not all the way. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and do this on camera. Going to do the other side of the tank and try to go through the steps, right? Just in case, you know, someone's new to tanks like I am. I've only done this once before, so I know there's probably several different ways to skin a cat, but this is how I'm going to do it. Actually, there is no method to my madness. I'm just going to go ahead and start unscrewing stuff until it comes off. Alright, so the difference between the left side and the right side is the left side, as you can see right here. Alright, we have the on-off switch. And without removing the on-off switch, obviously you're not going to be able to remove the transmission and the motor out of it. So step one, we'll go ahead and take that out. Alright. Alright. And then we'll go ahead and pull it up and put that out of the way. Oh, and if you didn't watch the previous video, highly recommend you take a picture of how the wiring goes into the board, because I can foresee that's going to be a problem for me. Alright, so in order to get to... Actually, I might not have to take this all the way out. Let's see. What really confused me at one point was, how do I get to the motor mounts? You could take off this plastic thing right here. It just pops off. Okay. Oh, for some reason this one's actually screwed in. The other side was not screwed in. Interesting. Okay, it's not screwed in. My bad. My bad. Alright. So in order to remove it, you're gonna have to gain access to these tiny screws, which, from taking a look at it, if y'all can see that right there, the screws are right there on this side. Alright, so let me see. There's some tiny screws, by the way. You can see that. Huh, look at that. Comes right on up. Alright. So, I stand corrected. Wasn't really looking. The left side is much easier to remove and install. Well, let's see how easy it is to install. Alright, I got all the hole bolts. There you go. Now the screws that came on there look really small, but it appears that they fit. Alright, going in, line up the holes. About right there. Well, that was very anticlimactic. Went on much easier than the other side. Much easier. Much easier. Alright, folks. Pretty simple. Let me get rid of this. Just so I don't get confused, I'm going to go ahead and install these now. Alright, those are installed. So, how about this? Since that was so easy, if you guys want to stick around, let's go ahead and put the other side back on. Got a little grease. Alright. So, like I said, with the right side, I actually had to take the whole housing out. So, let's see if I could snake this back in there. You know what? As easy as this motor was to put in, I'm gonna go ahead and take it out, because to put the other one in, make my life that much easier. Alright, I'm gonna take this out. There we go. Move that out of the way. Go ahead and install this side. Alright. So now it's just a matter of putting the screws back in. And don't lose that bolt. Bearing. Alright. So line it up. Let me see if I could get you guys a better shot. Maybe. Alright, so if you look, and I might have done this earlier, but right in there are just 3 screws that are going to be put back in, alright? So, one. Come on. Of course, right? As I'm on camera. I think it has to do because the motor itself is pretty heavily magnetized. Yep. It's moving the screw. Damn you. It's a fiddly little screw. There we go. All right. Ha! Beat it. The other two should go on much easier. Not next to a giant magnet. Of course I say that. One, two, three. They're much easier coming out, by the way. Alright, so that's back in there. Looking good. I'm going to mount this motor back in. Line up the two holes. Basically just keep turning it till you find the correct pattern of holes. Which I am obviously having a hard time finding. You know, quick question for you. What made you guys get into tanks? I mean, if you're watching this, you obviously like tanks, or you want to get into it. The question is why? I could tell you why I got into it, because I always wanted to join the army. Or, excuse me, when I did join the army originally, I wanted to be a tanker. Right? That was my original plan. But, as we all know, things happen. And I'm not a tanker. Which is completely okay. But I'm still in the army. Alright, and so it is what it is. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been fascinated with tanks. When I saw Henglong had these awesome RC tanks, I love RC, I love tanks, figured it was about time for me to get into it. And then just the price point, right? The price point of these things is just phenomenal. I'm talking $280, you get a fully ready to run vehicle. Sure, you may need some little work here and there. Is it the greatest quality on the planet? Hasn't broke yet. So, but it's definitely fun for sure. All right. So, what we're gonna do is, like I said, because for this side, in order to get that out, let me drink a cup of coffee. I had to remove the wheel and the tracks. So now it's time to see if I could get this back on. Alright, I'm pressing that bearing fully in. Now, alright folks, here's the part where y'all gonna have to stick with me here, because I'm not quite sure what the order was when I took them out. Alright, well, pretty simple enough. This goes on first. Double check the other side. Yep. Oops. There we go. Then a lock ring. Let me see. Boom, boom. Okay. So it should not go like that. It should go like, look something like that. Gap, gap, wheel. Alright, there's that gap. There's that. Oh, forgot the washer. Woo. I'd imagine the washer goes first there. The part is keyed. Alright, if you can see that. It's keyed, as is the drive shaft. So, pretty simple. Like that. It's gonna go on like that. Like that. Just double check. Yep, everything looks okay. And don't you hate when you're working and you don't have the correct tool immediately readily available for you? All right. Oh, there we go. You know what? The joys of power tools. we go. Don't over tighten it. There we go. All right. There we go. Matches the other side. That's always a plus. Cap back on. I do remember these were kind of hard to get on the first time. There we go. All right. Well, there we have it. Motor's installed. All right. Now, the fun part. Let's see if I can get these tracks back on. And then the real fun part, right, is now we gotta see how do I go ahead and wire this thing back up. Like I said, I did take a picture, so hopefully I could get it done. Alright, let's see if let me get the tracks on. Let me see if I can get it wired back up. See you in a second. See ya. Alright folks, well, here she is all put back together. I didn't record it, my bad, but I learned a lot. So I found the easiest way to put the wheels on, or the idler in the back, is to put the half on first, put the tracks, and then put the other half and screw it in. Worked out pretty good. Make sure you have the orientation of the big washers correct. They naturally fit one way, and that's the way they should go. Another thing to note, highly recommend taking pictures before you unplug everything into that board. It's actually quite a bird nest under there, and I'm not a big fan of it. I think I need to figure out how to go ahead and extend those wires, because I was having problems and still not 100% satisfied with the turret. The 360 is getting caught up a little bit on the wiring. I had to mess with it a whole bunch to get it, but overall it works. It's done. I gave it a test run. Can't go outside, it's snowing a lot right now, and I don't want to get this thing super wet. Just a quick test run around the room in here, and I could say it's a lot smoother. At least it feels a lot smoother, and definitely much quicker than the stock motors. Again, for I think $17 for the pair on Aliexpress, well worth it. I do hear that people, you should probably upgrade. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to continue to slowly upgrade this. Probably brace it. I hear a lot of people say you should brace it. Bottom metal hull, I don't think I'm ready for that. That's a little expensive out of my price range. But overall, I'm pleased, and I learned a whole lot this time around messing with the tank. The wiring wasn't quite as bad as I thought it would be because I took pictures of it. So again, highly recommend. Still like this tank. Haven't gotten outside much. One, because I think I'm scared, but still, the price value to fun factor to cool factor, I mean, you still just you can't beat it, right? It still is one of the coolest toys I think I own as far as in the RC world is concerned. So I guess next step is to get some bips and bops to try to make this thing possibly more realistic. Maybe get the crow's nest. One thing I don't like is, I want to order the braces, but the shipping is quite steep because it's coming from Malaysia, and I'm in the military and APO, so it's going to cost me quite a bit of money to get it, but I hear it's really worth it. If anyone knows for a fact and they have it and they say it's worth it, cool. But yeah, tanks a blast. Hope this video was helpful. Please hit that like and subscribe, and see you when I see you. Thanks for riding with me. See ya.